Hi, guys, welcome to another episode of Realtors podcast. My name is Judith of Everything Property, and I'm happy to have you here. See, before we introduce our guest, this is the very first non Everything Property person that we are having in the building, and I'm particularly excited. But before we do that, I would like to say, please, Ejo, like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah, comment, share, like, subscribe. Thank you very much. So with me in the studio is an amazing developer. If you've heard anything about Next Gear, yes, Next Gear Construct. That's who we have in the building, the MD CEO himself. So I thank you so much for coming.
Thank
it's
you,
none
Judith.
other than Mr. Shola, who is dripping, by the way. Please, if you can wear green and lilac, tell me about it. So we're so happy to have you in the studio. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for creating time in your schedule and all that.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you because we have an interesting topic today, and we really want to hear you because you're first a barrister and then you've been doing this real estate thing for a while. So when it comes to the law part of it or the construction part of it, you're well experienced. And our topic today is, for me, is important, especially after the Banana Island building collapse that just happened. I took a client on Thursday for an inspection to a house. If you see the house in Jabi, the outside is fine. But I was conscious because I was taking a developer to a property. So when developers go to buy, their own matter is always different. They always see what the general normal person doesn't see. And when he left, he was like, Judith, that house is like a fine woman without character. And that is often what happens every time in this industry. People don't put the effort to do it well. Hence our topic today, the importance of quality construction in real estate. Okay, we're very excited to have Mr. Shola of Next Gear Homes with us today.
Thank you,
And sir, as we've been saying, before we dive into the matter itself, because it's serious, especially after this whole Banana Island thing, tell us about yourself, how you got into real estate. Was it suddenly? Was it accidentally? Did you know that you knew? How did you get into it, and how long have you been in it?
Oh, thank you so much, Judith. The real estate thing came as an idea 2010. That's 2010. Before then, there was a lecturer I had at the university who taught me land law. So while he was lecturing one day, he just mentioned real estate, that something very important about real estate, like home ownership. So I was like, this home ownership is one of the biggest decisions, one of the best investments, and you can have on earth. So I was like, wow, so I can be a lawyer, and then if I told the part of real estate as a lawyer, I could actually get these things easier. You understand? Like, it could be easier for me. So, but of course, there were other things that came up. I wanted to be a human resource person. That didn't work. I tried, So coming into Abuja, 2009, I just knew I wanted to do real estate. I started as a broker. I was on the streets, and so I know the rudiments of this thing. Especially if you are the type that you started on the street, you have to grow your business from the streets and all that. So I started on the streets of Wusetu and some other places, But from day one, I knew I wanted to develop. So even though I started as a broker, I knew, and these were my words, I can't forget. I said, it's very nice for me to broker deals and get maybe 5%, 10%, but I can also solve problems and be the one to be blessing other people, to be giving people. In fact, in my own case, I wanted to give more than that. Interestingly, in my business today, I do that, actually. If you are selling land for me, I give you more than 5%. So
So please, which lands? Sorry, don't mind me, because it's more than 5. I'm like, which land do you have for me to sell for you?
there are so many. We have so many.
But sorry, I cut you. Just cut you.
Yes. So we have so many. You know, we have on Airport Road. We have at Maitama 2. We have at different places. You know, Kuba Road. Different places. We have.
I was even going to mention your locations next, but just here, let's one of the things we hope to achieve with this podcast is educate, inspire, encourage, and of course chit chat. And it's really important what you said. You said you started a broker, but you knew you wanted to be a developer.
Yes.
And even in 2023, you can remember what you said to yourself then.
Yes.
You said it's not enough for you to get 5%. You want to be able to bless lives. And that's important, and that's for somebody, irrespective of the phase and the level that you are.
Yes.
Wow. So for me, that is a take home. Yes. So going further into our gist, I know you have projects in Kubwa, you have projects in Guzape, you have I say in Bora too, a couple of places, many places, and low key. Should I mention? No, some juicy parts of town are coming up. Yeah. We heard you say that before we came live. Yes. So what will you say is the most important thing to consider for a quality project? Like if you had to tell somebody, okay, let's use me or Everything Property for instance. Mr. Ayo comes to you now and says, sir, I want to do this thing. We've got 10,000 hectares of land and we are ready to develop. What will you say are the most important things to consider for quality project, especially in Abuja, Nigeria?
First of all, you have to look at the foundation. You start with foundation. I tell people that those who go for quality or those who build quality, it's actually quality is part of their character. It flows from it. For example, in my project, I have never had any reason to mix things on site. I have never done it. And because of my character, it flows from my head down to all my engineers. They know it, that it has never ever come, as a suggestion that, let us reduce this, let us change it here and all that. So they know. And I was telling somebody yesterday, I said, I have never been under any pressure to say I want to reduce this quality here. So it's a character thing. If you are a quality person and it stems from integrity. Once you have integrity, I know that a lot of developers as well are under pressure to deliver so that they can sell their products fast. So they mix it here. For example, what you are supposed to use Y16 iron, you are using Y12. That's why you see all these things happening all over the country. You understand? Let me give you an example. I'm building a mall in Kubwa. That's on Arab Road.
Okay.
To the glory of God, we started with a particular brand of iron, the best. And we casted the foundation and everything. We were now to cast the pillar, so I sent money to buy the iron at Gudu, and I sent one of our staffs. So he made a mistake. He didn't check the brand, so they delivered the wrong one. And you know what? I had to call myself to ensure that it was that particular the best brand to use, because the strongest in the market. But somehow along the line, he made an error. They supplied it. In fact, they have started weaving them together, the iron together. So then I went to inspect the project. When I got there, we saw that it was not the iron. How come? Why? Blah blah. But we can still use it. I know. We returned the iron. The man was made
Extra
to return.
Cost.
Yes, he returned the iron. He brought the actual iron, and that's what we use for the columns. Quality is important. Not everybody will buy quality. But if you fix your mind on quality and you start giving out quality, you may not sell. It's just like a lot of people don't like the truth. But truth is truth. with time, people will see you and they will accept your brand as quality, because there are some people, what they're actually looking for is that quality. I've seen some of my colleagues sell at ridiculous price, but go and check the building, the integrity, the structural integrity is terrible. I've seen those, especially in social housing. You build about 500 units of housing, people will have had to, break it down. What does that mean? So quality stems from character. That is the first. That's what people should know. That's what. It doesn't start with construction. There are household utensils. There is, different things in life. Quality. It stems from character. So it's important we build. We render our services the top-notch service, because which one is better? That you are notorious for delivering quack work, or you are known for, even though you are not as rich as those who are delivering this thing, and I doubt it is arguable, because if you are consistent with your quality, people will patronize you. Yes. So it's very important. Now, going to why would I build something quality? First of all, it saves lives. It saves life. For example, we've seen some of those things that happen in Banana Island. There may have been something wrong from the foundation. Usually, it starts from the foundation. If you are to use Y25, use Y25. A lot of people change Y25 or Y20. If you are going to use Y20, don't use Y16. It starts from it. So buy good iron. Then your concrete mix is important. Your concrete mix is important. The iron bender, the person that molds it, you have to, your columns must align. Because you build columns. Before, when I started building, I put blocks and then put columns. You understand? Then recently we changed our approach. We build columns first, and then put blocks. So columns goes up, it's going up. You build slab. Then you understand?
I think that's a trend now, sir.
Is it trend? Why? See, those who build columns, they stand the risk of being exposed. If you are doing quack, people will know quickly.
Oh, so it's a thing of integrity.
Yes, you must build quality if you are building columns. Other people can easily see it and say, there is something wrong. Your columns are not aligned. No, you are using Y10 instead of Y12. You understand what I'm saying?
The blocks soon cover it.
You understand what I'm saying? So, but those who are not, I'm not saying everybody. Those who use block method, you do block method, you raise it up, then you now cast column. Mistake can be hidden, but with columns, it's just like it's open. People will see it. So you can be going up and then the thing is slanting. We know. So we know whether you are a quality person or not. Then there are many other things you can use, and each one of us is, I'm not saying it. Some people use, for example, for the casting of columns, some people use marine board. Some people when we started, we used wood. You understand? Then we had to improve. Now what we use now is marine board. But some people can actually use wood and do it very well, and it will be neat. The work should also be neat, apart from the strength of the foundation and the columns.
So that would even mean that to even effectively build quality, you have to invest in the personnel and the staff you work with. They have to be people who you don't compromise at any level. You don't compromise the mixing.
No compromise.
You don't compromise the people that know the job.
No
you don't
compromise.
anything. It's wow.
No compromise.
Wow. Before I go to the my next question for you, this nugget it stems from who you are into what you are building.
Yes.
So if you are not a quality person, you cannot deliver.
Yes.
And that is so true, because even in everything property, we emphasize the character of developers. We emphasize it. It's like we talked about it in one of our podcasts where we said, once you see a developer, a builder, who would maybe his standard of living is above or even equal, quite frankly, to the amount or his cost of project. I don't know how to explain. I don't know if I'm communicating well, but I'm saying because you have 500 million naira worth of project, you are driving a Rolls Royce or something. You're just living way above your means. We know you have money, but you're looking too flamboyant. Most times when you check it, not all the time, those people compromise quality for lifestyle. So thank you for that. It's so important.
Thank you very much.
The next thing I want to ask is, considering how many projects you have all spread around, how do you manage and checkmate quality? Because I know that there are architects and engineers that have built house while building other people's houses. That's what I'm saying. You know, the cement is supposed to be 50 bags. The boss himself, someone like you, is not compromising. But this person is looking for a way to cheat. You understand? How do you manage that? How do you checkmate that? What will you tell maybe a young developer, or even an existing developer who doesn't have an idea of how? Because you have projects everywhere and you cannot be everywhere at the same time.
Yes.
So how do you do it?
That's very true. Like Let's Get Homes now, we have, I can't even count how many sites we have. I'm sure we have more than 20 something sites now. You know, so your question is very important. First of all, like I said, character is still, it goes, I will start from character. Your character will determine how you vet what you are doing.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Your character will determine who you hire to do the work. Your character will, it will make you to be on a hedge. You understand? To be extra careful who you hire, and what is the policy in your office. For example, in Let's Get Homes, we have a team. We work as a team. We have a team head. And there are various levels of authority. And apart from that, we don't do things like, okay, somebody will just come today and just come with one idea. We run the idea through the team. So first of all, as a developer, you need to have, first of all, if you are not going to change anything, it should be very clear. 2, you should have a good team. You should listen to them. Yes, you should listen to them. At times, the lowering of quality starts actually from the table of the boss. You understand? A sensible engineer on site knows that he stands the risk of losing his current certificate if anything went wrong. So why would you team up with your boss to reduce the quality? So at times the pressure comes from the boss. At times, if it is not from the boss, at times it's not from the boss. At times, those who give out contracts. If you give a contract, you are supposed to pay that person for his for each building. You're supposed to pay 25 million naira, and you say no, it's 15 million naira you are going to pay. He is under pressure to get the job, to get some money. You understand? But it's going to go to sites and it's going to lower the quality. That's what you see most places. For example, presently, we don't give contracts to people.
Okay.
No matter how hard it is, for now, it is our team that does it. We will get to that later. When our quality control department will look into that. When we get we are going to Lagos now, we are going to Dubai and all those places.
So you have to give some out.
You understand? Of course, you have to give some out. But right now, like I said, if people knew that you are a quality person, they will not come and try nonsense with you on site.
Nonsense to you, yes.
So have a good team, have a good vetting team. We have some people who vet things. In fact, in most of my luxury properties, we have CCTV there. Yes.
So you don't spare anything,
yes.
People want to cut corners considering this extra cost.
Especially in our luxury. If you go to all our luxury, you will see CCTV.
Wow.
Live with solar powered. Not that you will say NEPA took light. So I'm checking how many laborers came, how many masons came, how many bags of cement came in today, how many were used. Do you understand? So on and so forth. So we go around. and then we check whatever it is that they are doing. And then another thing is that you need to. I've also from this work, job I have as a CEO, I've realized that at times you need to also visit site often. It puts your engineers on the edge, because some of them they may get one job somewhere,
get distracted.
So it's not even the lowering of quality; it's actually negligence. So at times when they pick up another job somewhere, maybe a neighbor's site, they will just put a mason there. Masons, they don't care. Most of them don't care.
They don't even know.
They don't even know. So you need to put them on their toes, so that you see that they are there. In some cases, I've seen cases where they sit on in a car and the mason and the laborer, they are working. You need to tell them where to put iron. You need to tell them how the concrete mix and so on and so forth. So those are things, some of the things you need to do.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow. Yeah. Just to run over, you talked about character, talked about negligence. You have to be a boss who comes in person. And CCTV camera, that one is in every industry. So that yes. technology yes. is saving life.
Yes.
So sir, my next interest right now would be, you have colleagues in this industry, you know some. You drive around town, constructions here and there, different parts of town. What would you say are the common mistakes? I say, being that you've been in the business, maybe you're driving, I'm like, no, this one is. What would you say are the very, very common mistakes they make and people should watch out for? When considering maybe investing in a project, what are the common mistakes that developers make that you tell somebody, if you see these 5 things, don't engage. But if you see these 3 over 5, maybe you can make this adjustment. So what are these cautions that we should?
First of all, don't look at a popular name. A popular name may be deceiving.
Okay.
That's the first thing you need to consider. A lot of people are, they are impressed with a brand. This one is quality. There are popular brands who are also known for quackery, or for the want of any better word. Don't look for brand. Look for the structural integrity. You can go with your. It's not about this thing is as fine as cake. What is inside? Especially our female buyers, or those who are not interested in construction. You can see from the structural integrity of there are structural integrity tests that can be done. Yes. Even when a building is built. Yes, it's possible. Yes. So first of all, the structural integrity is very important.
So I give us 1 or 2 examples, even just for people, like sample of structural integrity test that you can quickly do, even though the building is already standing.
The structural integrity starts from there are some things you may not be able to do. In some cases, there are machines you use to test it. In extreme cases, you will dig down. I've been in a project I took over, and when I took over that project, I had to destroy the foundation. I had to destroy it. And so you have to dig down. Once you dig down, you will see the basket. There's what they call basket. Was it properly made? What kind of iron was it used? And so on and so forth. Because you have to, even Bible says, if the foundation be faulty, what can the righteous man do? There's nothing you can do when the foundation is bad. You understand? So every other thing, the beauty, the aesthetics rest on the foundation. That's the most important thing. If the foundation is fine, every other thing is secondary. Now we start going to the DPC casting. Yes. Foundation, DPC casting. Then, because the depth of the digging is important, the basket, that is the iron carved, the casting is important. Then you start going to columns. Columns is very important because they are the ones that they carries the weight. At times, as the house is going up, let's say you are talking about apartments like high density, as it's going up, it should be getting lighter. So you don't put Y20 down, then you see Y20, 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 it will still collapse. So that's another thing some people don't know.
Excess
because
quality.
the excess weight there is going to also make the house to collapse. You understand? And you need to consider, okay, as you are casting, you need to consider, one of the things you need to consider is that, is it a commercial complex or residential? For example, if you are building a mall, you need to envisage that some of the people who are going to subscribe, buy from you or rent from you, they may come up with such engines like printing machines. Such printing machines, you need to give them the ground floor. Yes, give them the ground floor, because once it starts vibrating, once you even carry it there, it can actually break down the building. But that does not mean that you cannot use the first floor or second floor for such. That means you must have factored in the number of people who
that
can use.
possibly.
Yes, those are the things you factor in. You understand?
At this juncture, let me just say, I salute developers. Clearly, it's not an easy day's job, because the attention to details that has to be put in is amazing. The feasibility studies, the projections, the calculations.
Yeah.
So well done, sir.
Thank you.
We're beginning to round up, and while we're at it, I would ask 2 questions. I have 3 more questions. The first one will be the concern of inflation, especially in our economy now. The relationship it has with quality constructions, because we're having people having to make a choice, developers having to make a choice between crashing their profits. You understand? Okay, maybe I started this construction at a particular time. The dollar rise was very sudden. I started at a particular time, and then there was inflation. So many changes. They affected the cost of building materials.
Yes.
And all that. So how do you, or how should a character conscious developer factor that in? Because I don't know how possible it is to just imagine maybe that, okay, maybe in 2024 dollar will now be 1,500 in naira, God forbid. Do you understand? But how do you effectively factor that in so that you can build quality projects? How did you do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, your business model is very important. Next Gear Homes has a business model. For example, if you go around all our luxury properties, we didn't collect money to build. So we were not under pressure to collect money from people or to reduce our price, because we know the quality we have put in there. And you can't blame those who take money to build. There are more people taking money from clients to build. And there is payment plan. And between the payment plan, there is inflation here and there, and then nobody wants to, no client or subscriber wants to pay more. You understand? A lot of people, everybody by nature is selfish. So, you don't want to pay more. But we agreed. But if you are a developer, you understand that there is inflation. And that's why I said business model is very important. We have a different business model, so we are not usually under pressure. I'm not saying there are pressures. As I'm talking to you, we want to cast slab in one of our malls now. We have gotten the bill today, and I have the challenge. I have to buy it, and I cannot reduce the quality, so I have to buy, whether it's marine board, because we want to put slabs. You understand? And then the prices have gone up. The prices of iron too have gone up. But the inflation aspect, I think government needs to do something about it. Government have to do something about it. Then, secondly, developers model. I've had to mentor a few developers who were just entering into the business. I may not say that here. There is a business model that we have done that have actually helped us to stay on
business,
because most of our properties we have had to, what will have taken some of our colleagues in the business 5 years, took us 1 year. Guzape 6-7 months, we're done. people, you will always find somebody on site working. In fact, I used to marvel anytime I drove round on Sunday after service. I go to like in Bora or Kusa, people are working. Why? Because they are getting paid. We don't owe people any money. We don't even import or buy anything on credit. We hardly do that. Because if the money is on credit, you give it to them. It's our own business model. It's peculiar to Nesgia Homes.
It's a secret.
It's a secret we have, and it works for us. Whereas we have had colleagues, had issues of tons of issues. That's why when people come, what you are supposed to pay 75 million, 80 million for a pre-finished, and they're asking, they said they want to pay 50. I said, please, we can't.
Because it will affect.
Exactly, it will affect because we put in quality and all that. So, the business model is very important. Inflation, to curtail inflation, I think the private sector they do not have enough power for that. I'm told that the federal government, they are bringing back to life a Jakarta Steel Company. I was with one of their executives last week, and he was telling me excitedly what they are doing and all that. I want to give kudos to them. It's one of the things that is going to help this country. You understand? But we need to do more. There should be some form of regulation. If possible, subsidy. It may need to be subsidized somehow. I don't know.
The bill in the construction sector.
Yes, because a lot of developers are going through hell. That's the reason why you see some of them lower quality, because even the subscribers too, they are not helping out. You see a subscriber, one of them called I'm just saying this, called me somewhere from the States, and it was like, I want to buy it at so price. I said, look, this is crazy. We cannot sell it. He said, no, but I went to this person's site. I said, first of all, the value of the land is one. Then secondly, the quality we are giving you is different from what those people offer you. If you go to China for today, you want to buy a phone that is, they call it Chinese, you will find it. If you want the best quality, they will give it to you. So the same way in the property market, in real estate and construction market, if you want the worst, you will get it at a very cheap rate. Somebody said concerning lawyers that if you want to go to prison, you can know by the moment you take a glance at the lawyer that you hired. You know that prison straight.
You cannot defend
straight. Straight. But you see a quality lawyer who knows his onions, you don't want to pay. That's it. It's not only in construction industry, it's everywhere. Medical. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. So we should pay our professionals. Then when you hire the best team, pay them. Don't hold your engineers. Don't be akagom. Pay your staffs. Be nice to them.
Do the right thing. Yeah.
This money issue, pay them. I'm sure that no matter what you do, in some cases, some will still steal. But the point is, just at least on your own part,
be fair.
Be fair, so that they will be fair to you. You understand? I think that is my thought on this issue.
Wow. I really like how this particular answer went. I'm really hoping that it will provoke some response. Government, I think the construction real estate market deserves a subsidy.
Yeah,
we should give it. It's true, because if petroleum could have had it, even though they've removed it and they still want to do more, like, it deserves it, because the cost of housing is so high, and you truly cannot blame developers, because right before your eyes you can see what is going on, and it's necessary. So I think it deserves some. It's a very important point you've mentioned. It deserves some subsidy. Thank you so much, sir. So before you answer my last, I told you I had 3. That was one. The second to the last would be technology. Now, if you want to even broker a deal, if you don't say there's automated home, especially for the female buyers, it's almost as if you are not appealing to them. The house must be able to say, Alexis, open the window for me.
Exactly.
Yes. So my question is, how do you keep tab? How do you keep tab with technology? Is that still part of your model? Is that still part of your system, or how? Because sadly, some people are still analog. They are still building and there's this My mentor would say, if you fail to evolve with time, you will dissolve with time. So no matter what you do, time will either aid you or swallow you. It just depends on the side of the coin you choose to be. So I'll ask you, sir, in your journey of construction, 2010 to now, this is almost 15 years, how have you been able to keep up with time? Give us even examples. Let's just have an idea, and then how do you think it will be in the future? Because I was watching something on YouTube one day. Some of these top speakers were talking, and they were saying they are buying land in metaverse. And in my head, I'm like, I've not finished selling goods that people say. So what are you talking about metaverse? So how do you keep tabs with this fast moving technology generation?
If just to buttress what you said, you must evolve, you must innovate. You must evolve, you must innovate. You either innovate or you die. So,
Can simply say it again.
You must evolve, you must innovate. You either innovate or you die. If you don't innovate, you will die. And it's like people will run over you with time. They will just run over you as you are disturbing us. You are wasting the space. They will run over you and they will leave you behind. That's it. So we are saying the same thing. You see, technology cannot be relegated. It has come to stay. In selling before, I started this real estate by using bulk SMS. In fact, at that time, I was one of the greatest guys in the industry. I was using bulk SMS to send it.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
Now, bulk SMS will not help you.
At all. We don't even open our
Exactly. Because 2009, 2010, it was bulk SMS. I will send it to so many because I had that technology. I was using it to send it to people. Today, bulk SMS is nowhere to be found. So, but now people use Android, people use iPhones, people use all sorts of softwares. You understand? The visuals, the aesthetics, automation. For example, in our luxury estates, we do automation. Our houses are fused with automation. So when we are doing our electricals, we fuse it with with solar and automation. So if you are buying, you won't have to start knocking the wall down. You have to start breaking the aesthetics, the beautiful thing. So it's very, very important because that is where the world is going to. We even have AI. This is artificial intelligence now that can get you. I have the app that can get you any information you need. It will do a whole lot of things for you. So we need to evolve. We need to grow with time. I was gisting with some of your colleagues in the office before we started this podcast, and I told them, I said, look, how many of your colleagues are still backward, are still in the analog
time
era? You understand? Some of them don't even have Android phone. I'm somewhere in Malaysia. I want to buy a product. I can't fly, spend about 5 million coming to Nigeria and going back. But you can take a tour,
video tour
of a property,
even live inspection.
I don't have to go there. And I think even for such purposes, people should be able to log on to the portal of Aegis in case of Abuja, or land registers in case of Lagos, or anywhere in the world. Log on to it, conduct their search, and then get this without physically sending somebody or coming down to do it. I'm not saying that, I'm not ruling out the importance of going physically to check your property. But once technology is tight, humans will have to embrace it. So somebody stealing your land, you understand, already technology has already solved the problem. So it's important. Automation has come to stay, so people should at least embrace it. It's normal now. Automation is normal, so it's one of those technologies you must employ. People are lazy. I'm lazy now. I don't go. I have laundry. People who come to wash for me. Why should I? Life should be easier, especially for busy people. I will pay anything for me to have the comfort in my life. At this level I am, I will pay anything to have comfort. Gone are those days you say people should learn how to wash their clothes with their hand.
Makes you hardworking.
No, it doesn't really necessarily make you hardworking.
No, that was what they told us.
One of my colleagues posted yesterday. In his post, he said, he was talking about time and mind. He said, get paid for your mind, not your time. Means that the quality of your thoughts, you should be paid for the problem you are solving, not necessarily coming to the office and wasting 24 hours or 5 hours or 8 hours, 9 to 5. So we should get to that point. Now I'm solving problem as a CEO. My life should be easy. So let me have people who can do this. Let me have robots who can actually watch for me, handle the house. That is where we are going. And I think people should embrace it. It's coming. It's already here.
It is actually. It really is. Wow. I enjoyed this podcast. I don't know about you. My final question, my genuine final question. But before I do that, I want to tell you thank you. On behalf of Everything Property, we are deeply grateful. Not just because you came, but because you regularly give us access.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. It means the world to us because it helps us grow, dream. You know, I'm learning a lot out of this podcast. Even me that's gisting with you, I've learned, I have made resolves, made decisions, you know. So it's amazing. I know a lot of you will do the same too. So
Thank
sir,
you so much.
with you know, there's something my mother will say, if you are it, say it. If you are it, say it. Sir, please, on your own accord, tell me with tell us with utmost zero humility, even though in gratitude, how different you are. Because me, I can say you're a man of integrity and all that, but how different you are from every other developer in this Abuja.
For me, it's a popular slogan. It's a known slogan in my office and even with some of our clients. I'd rather you cheat me as a subscriber than I cheat you. I'd rather you cheat me. I'd rather give you a deal that leaves me very with peace of mind than you cheat me. So it's a slogan for me. I can't sleep when somebody is saying that, oh, you promised me this and you've not done it. I can't sleep. Some people actually snore in this industry. I have colleagues who snore.
I like the fact that some people actually sleep.
Seriously, you see, I have some colleagues that they cannot go out without policemen guarding them
because of the things they've done.
Exactly.
Wow.
Policemen, and not just policemen, with thugs. I don't do that.
No clear conscience.
I've not found a reason to do that. So I've not found any reason, and I'm not under pressure. You know, some people, they're under pressure. Their lawyers are almost dead because, you know, heap of police has plenty issues. So I think, so that's why I'm different. Integrity. That is my slogan. I'd rather you cheat me than cheat you.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
I'd rather you cheat me than I cheat you.
Wow.
The Bible says that suffer yourself to be defrauded. It's better that you are the one they defraud and then people are talking about you and say, oh, he's a cheat. It is a stain on the brand that you are known for something bad. It's not good. It rubs off on your children, your staff. People will not be able to market your product.
True.
It will be. They say these people. No. So it's a turn off. I've seen staffs of some companies resign, not because they were not being paid well, but because
conscience.
Yes, because they go somewhere brick wall. Why? They say, Oga, your people. It's not good, though. It's not good.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Maybe if we call you again, you will come.
Why not?
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
So yes, I hope you enjoy. I really hope you learned because I learned. Thank you for watching today's episode. We'll see you same time next time. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.